Boy, you know you make me float. Boy, you really get me high. Ooh, it's you.
What's up, friends? We're back. We're Black and Curious. I'm Kandron.
Hey now, it's your girl Dehjai, and I'm
And
feeling
we are
a little
here.
spiritish.
Yes. We're here. What are you having to drink?
Girl, I'm still with this 19 crumbs because it was on sale. So
Got
your
it.
girl has, I think this is the red blend, maybe the red wine. This is red wine. I'm assuming it's a blend.
Okay. I am having, well, my thing is, I'm having a champagne cocktail. Just some Chambord, some blackberries and blueberries muddled, and then some rosé prosecco, the Lamarca Rose prosecco.
Karen, always with the infamous bougie cocktail.
Yeah, it's my thing.
Never got
Okay.
this.
Yes. So all of our details will be down below, everything we're drinking, and all of our beauty details will be down below in the description box. Go ahead, like, follow, subscribe, all of those things right up front of the video. Okay, don't forget. Today we are talking about our 2022 luxury wish list. And in the spirit of redefining luxury, there's going to be some of everything on here. Okay. Would you like to start or would you like me to start?
You go first.
Okay, my first wish list item is a 2-in-1. My first wish list item is, well, 1 and 2 is help. I am overwhelmed. I have 150 things going on in life. And so I would like some help. And my business is I'm going to hire some form of an assistant, virtual or otherwise, this
Girl,
in
go off.
2022. And also some help to like clean up. So those are 1 and 2 on my list. A cleaning service and an assistant.
So we're in the same boat. Number 1 on my list. Well, I would say my number 1 thing that I want in the 2022 is a SUV. And I was looking more luxury for a little bit, and I'm like, girl, like that's not logical. We about to start paying student loan debt back and like all that kind of stuff. So like I did find a hybrid Toyota that is similar to the Lexus that I was looking at. And it's under, like, Lexus is Toyota's luxury brand, so it's still under the same house, but the upkeep and the maintenance would be much cheaper. So in 2022, I would like to procure myself a 2021 Venza, because I loved the car when it first came out several years ago, and then they didn't make it anymore, and they brought it back this year. And so I have already test driven and all that kind of stuff. It's just a matter of making decisions and finding the actual vehicle that I want, because the one that I drove did not have the leather seats, and it didn't have, like, I didn't like the color, so I was like, no. My number 2 thing would be to hire back my housekeeper. His character was like, years ago, I had a housekeeper for a little bit, and character was like, good for you. And I was like, I have a like a nerve issue in my lower back, so it makes it a little difficult to really be standing a long time to clean my space. Not that I have a whole lot of space, but just to have someone to come in once a month would be fine for me. And so I hope to be able to squeeze that into the budget once all the other things are still going.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 3, I would like to go to Ghana next year. I want to go to Ghana. I've been saying it, but I had put it on the back burner because of something else that's on my luxury wish list for next year. Everything is not everything. First 1 and 2 are absolutely getting done top of the year, but everything on my wish list is contingent on item 5 of my wish list. So I do want to go to Ghana next year, though. Big time.
Right. I would say that my 3rd item, honestly, it's it's not anything that costs anything in the sense of like financially, but I would like to have more of my time back.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know, like I'm not necessarily in a place where I need an assistant or anything like that, like Kandron had made mention to, but I desire to have a work-life balance that enables me to work from anywhere, as long as I have internet access, and to be able to create and do work on my terms. Understand if I'm still working in corporate America, I'll have deadlines, but I want those deadlines to be, this is the date that everything needs to be due, and how you get it done in the process is up to you, but it needs to be done. You know what I mean? And like, so like that kind of is super important to me, being able to get my time back and having the luxury of just having your time, because 2021 has taught us all that time is of an essence, basically. Like,
totally agree. Definitely, that's part of the whole list of things, is just to get my time back in a way that, and being able to spend more of my time in the ways that I want to spend it is like, you know, hopefully hiring an assistant will like free me up to actually do more in my business and work and get more clients so that I can free my time up. I was having this moment where I was realizing like I'm gonna have to work harder before this gets easier. So that was the whole thing. But yeah, back to where you were saying, the time is super important to me. Number 4 on my list is material. God bless it. I am going to buy myself a Fendi baguette next year.
Ooh.
I am not opposed to pre-loved. If you guys have been here long enough, you know I scream about the Real Real every chance I get. Poshmark, whatever. I wouldn't buy from Poshmark, but the Real Real, or I've been stalking them on, what's that site? Not Rebag, the other one. And they have some of the like,
No, I'm trying to think of. I thought of Rebag when you said, "What's that site?" I don't know what the other one is.
What's the other one? Fashion File. So I've been like watching them up there, and I'm gonna get one this year, or in 2022.
What's this?
And also I've been scaling down my closet a lot. So like a lot of my pandemic purchases and stuff, I'm not even going to take the tags off. I'm just going to say no thank you and put it online, sell it, and move on with my life. Like so much stuff I bought, I just realized, like, not to say I don't have anywhere to go. Some of it I don't have anywhere to go in it, but some of it's like, we've been in a house for 2 years. Like some of it's like not in style anymore, or stuff that I'm trying to like evolve my style away from. So I'm like looking first at the things that I bought and the things that are new with tags. And I'm like, girl, all of this stuff can go. And, you know, once I get the money back, maybe I will put it toward my baguette.
There you go. Sound like a plan to me.
Yeah.
My 4th thing is, ironically, I said in 2019 that I wanted to go to Bali in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna try to rope in Kandron girl to go with me, because she's my traveling friend.
Bali.
Huh?
I ain't going to Bali.
Why? Bali is beautiful.
It is, but I'm not going to Bali. Like,
Lord bless it. Anyway,
it's just not on my list. It's not on my list in a way that I'm willing to travel that far to do that whole thing, if it's for something that's not even really on my list like that.
Anywho, though, I still want to go. And if I didn't go with like a group of friends, then I would want to be going with my significant other. So.
I love that.
Bali, here we come.
Bali, here Dehjai comes. Ghana, here I come. All right. Number 5 on my list. This is the last thing on my list. I think I have enough on here. I fully intend to buy an investment property next year. I don't know where it's going to be. I have some ideas, but you know, things are constantly moving, especially with the market being the way it is. And, you know, things just moving. Like I had one thing in mind and I'm kind of like, I don't really know if that's the smart play. So, but I'm fully intending to buy an investment property. And I'm like, that's why everything else is contingent on that. Cause I was like, I wanted to go to Ghana this year, but I was like, maybe I should just keep the money, you know, for a down payment or whatever. So once that is out of the way for my investment property, wherever it ends up being, then I will be able to do all the other things that I want to do.
The last thing, since we're only doing 5, the last thing that I want is to relocate and to have way more space. I want to have at least a minimum of 2 bedrooms and like 2 bathrooms. So if I got more than the 2, I would be happy with that too. But relocating and larger space is definitely important to me, and I will be on the hunt for those things very soon. I haven't actually started, so I need to get on that. But yeah.
Do you have anything else that you'd like to add? I kind of have a half one. I'll give my half and you while you.
I do, but it's so I remember I was saying that I want to go to Bali in 2022, but I also, my sister is getting married or they're renewing their vows in, I think, like Punta Cana or somewhere of that region for New Year's of next year. And I really want to just spend my holiday on vacation, like in the sense of, like, I have been saying for years that I no longer want to celebrate the holidays with my loved ones, even though I love y'all niggas. I don't want to be with y'all on another holiday because something dreadful always seems to happen, and so like I just see y'all later. And I want to do that for the sake of me kind of it's a gnat flying around here, sorry y'all. Transitioning my mind out of Nick Scrooge. I am very much, even though I was like, I'm a little in the festive spirit with this shirt on earlier, like I'm really not. I'm just talking shit. Like, I have not put up the tree this year. I did put up a wreath, but that's as far as it's gone. And I have bought the children gifts, but have I wrapped them? No. And I'm like, I know I need to, but it's just like, I don't give a shit. Like, it's kind of bad.
No, I can agree with you on that one, because this year, I don't know what it was about this year, or if it was really just last year not going home for the holidays. And at first it was kind of weird and sad, but at the same time, it was also very restful. Like, I was just off of work and, roaming around. I mean, I wasn't going that far because it was, pandemic time, but just being chill at home off work was lovely, without having to pay astronomical flight prices for flights, which is what I just did, or rental cars, which is what I'm gonna be doing, or the pressure of like running around to try to find gifts. I'm not doing that. And all of the whole thing, and also I was talking to my mom, and she was saying, because of people who have gone on, it kind of doesn't even feel the same anyway. So it's like, she isn't in the mood, I'm not really in the mood, like, so it's like, well, yes, but also maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'll go home for Thanksgiving where everybody's there next year and do something else for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, I have been literally, I said I was going to do it for 20. Remember, we had this conversation. I said for 2020, I'm going to not celebrate with these N words because it was horrific in 2019, and then the pandemic happened in 2020, and I still ended up with some of the N words.
Yeah, but it was like nice just to set the pace at the end of the year, being off Christmas. I think I was off Christmas and New Year's, and it was like just being here, setting the pace, setting the tone, setting some intentions, and just like being, a lot of times with the holidays, like you're just running around a bunch, and I want to definitely have a space to just be. And I think I'm going to start that next year, maybe do some sort of every other year sort of thing, or maybe go home for like off holidays. So like in Easter or in a like 4th of July, where there's still the cookout, the gathering, there's still like all of the family there. Cause like initially Christmas was always just the convenient thing, because that's where all the family will be around. But like there are other times my family's always together, you know what I'm saying? As long as I go there on a time when they're together, I will be able to see everybody. So I can go some other time.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I think that's like the most ideal thing to do anyway, especially when we're at the ages that we are, like, like we had the conversation that we had around the holiday traditions, like you get to start creating your own traditions. Definitely. And while that might be difficult for like the elders in our families, like it comes to a point where this is a reality. Like you have adult children or adult grandchildren, and they have their own lives and like the traditions or things that they want to create. And while we love y'all, we just want to do something different.
Yeah. So, and also like, let's keep it a stack. Like, I'm working a regular job, and like my PTO, I don't want to be running the streets and ripping and running and traveling and doing all of that every time I take PTO. Like sometimes I just want to be somewhere and sitting down, you know? Like,
it's stressful.
It could be a lot. It could just be a lot. So I think this is probably, I'm probably going to do something else next year. Whatever that something else is, I'm definitely thinking to do something else next year. Also, something else I've been wanting to do, and I don't know if you guys follow Sign Blake. If you don't, you should. But her home is beautiful. Like, and she rents, but she has done all this painting. She's painted the walls. She's hung up paper. She's like got a desk, like these beautiful desks. She has this beautiful couch. Like she just, and she always preaches like no matter whether you own, rent, you need to make a space your own, because you think like, oh, I rent here, so I'm not, why would I put all this money in? And the next thing you look up and you've been in the place for 5 years and it still feels like you live in college. And that's what happened to me in my last place. And it's still happening. Like my last place, I was there for 8 years and it still looked it was fine, but it didn't look like I had really made it my own. And I was there for 8 freaking years. I've been in this current place for like 2 years. And same thing, you know, like I've tried a little bit more, like I've purchased a few more things here and there, but I really want to create some sort of like a sanctuary, you know what I'm saying? Especially as I'm continuing to like do more and take on more projects, and you know, we're doing this and I have other things that I'm working on. Like I need a place of respite where I can just like breathe. And you know, ideally that would be my home, whether it is rented or owned.
Yeah, I agree. I think that like, it's funny that you said the sanctuary piece, because like for me, I spend majority of my time in my space. And a lot of that came out of us being in the house for 2 years.
Yeah, of course.
And I recently was like sitting in meditation and prayer. I'm trying to get back into the practice of grounding myself because I have been flippity flighty for like the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And so in doing that, one of the things that I was speaking about when I was sitting in my prayer space was literally having when I move into my bigger space, having space to create that sanctuary. Because one of the rooms, if it's more than 2, I want it to be literally my sanctuary where I go and I meditate and I pray and I have all of my accoutrements there for that practice. And then that is literally like the prayer closet that the aunties and the elders talk about.
Yeah.
And to your point about the like living in your space for however long, because I think we lived in our respective locations same amount of time. I just was in it. It never felt like home. And I think, I mean, it did, but it didn't. And I think that a lot of that is because that wasn't it. And so maybe in 2022, I'm looking for my home. Like when I go to this place, I'm like, this is it. This is my home.
I think that's how adding on to that, that's how I've always felt about Miami, period. Like for my friends that know me, y'all know, I've been trying to leave Miami for like 5-10 years at this point. Like I thought this was going to be a quick little, go to Miami for a few years and then go back to Atlanta, and that's where I would be. Yeah. And no intention on being here this long. So like every year, even when I renew my lease year by year, it was just like, I got to figure out how to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? And something I've been meditating on for the last, like really like the last year is just like home is where you are. And maybe it's not where you want to be forever, but like you have to make peace about where you are before you can worry about what's next. And so I really tried to lean into that as much as possible in this climate and really like enjoy Miami and figure out a way to make peace with where I am, even if it's not where I ultimately want to be.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense, and I'm not mad at that. I probably would even say that that's something that I probably need to adopt. I just don't know that this space it will be so easily adoptable in.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying for me, it was like a constant desire of like, I'm not going to do X here because of Y, because this is not where I want to be. And it's like, okay, well, that's ridiculous because you are here and you're not going like right now. So like, get over it and try to have peace.
I totally understand that. And I think I probably got to that place when I was at my old apartment.
Yeah.
Because I had lived there for so long. So by the time I got to like that infamous 7-year itch, it was time to go. And like, and with most things in my life, the way God works is like, I'll hold on to it and stay there and stay there and stay there until I get kind of like shoved out.
Yeah.
And in that experience, I think it was in year 7, right after my car was broken into. I was like, all right, F it, I'm out. I had lived there all this time, had been no break-ins, no nothing, lived through rowdy, crazy, getting high neighbors who was making me high because the how strong they was passing around the peace pipe. And like, it just took me really being like, you need more. We want more for you. So you need more. You need to go and see what else is out there. And part of me, like part of my thing too, is like, I want more, but like, I don't ever really go looking. So I'm trying to get myself in the habit of like, go and see the things that you desire to have. Because that's also a form of meditation, or not manifestation. Mm-hmm. Like seeing and touching and feeling the things that you desire to be a part of your world also makes it real for you, because you've now felt it and seen it with your own eyes and touched it with your own hands. So, but yeah.
So definitely, I think that's pretty much it. I have a whole vision for a investment property that I don't have yet. So I'm going to very much beautify that. I have a vision for that. So we'll see what happens. But that's it. You guys let us know what's on your luxury wish list for 2022. As you see, ours is it spans all types of categories. So whatever it is you feel is going to make your life more luxurious and more comfortable in the coming year, drop it down below. And like, comment, subscribe, follow us everywhere. All of the information is down below in the description box.
Boy, you make me float. Boy, you really get me high.